Yo.
Hey, man, what's going on? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm not as good as you. You got projects all over the place just flying off, hitting number one. You're like, I got some songwriting here. I got my own stuff here. I got an album here. Like, let me just see how many plates I can spin at once and just keep them up.
I appreciate it. I am hungover, though, so you might physically be doing better than me today.
What were you doing last night?
We actually won a really big softball game. We have so me, dude, this is crazy. Me, Jameson Rogers, Jordan Davis, Chris Lane, Morgan Wallen, dude, just John Langston. There's a ton of people. We all are on a softball in a softball league together.
Imagine that crew if you're not from the music world, imagine that crew rolling up on you like, what is happening?
Yeah. It's definitely caught on over the weeks. Like more and more people are showing up and taking pictures and stuff. But dude, we just had like an amazing game. We were down 14-3 and we came back. We went ahead. They came back again and tied us. We went to extra innings and we won in the bottom of you only play 6 regular innings and
right.
So we won in the bottom of the 8th on a base hit. It was
be honest with me. Who's the liability on the team?
How so? Like
in the field, let's say.
Like who's the best?
No, the liability. Like who are you not trusting out there?
God, I don't even know. Nobody. Everybody's good, dude.
If you can't think of it, it's you.
It might. Well, I play first though, and I've dug a lot of balls out of the dirt. So but I don't know. I mean, my dad plays catcher sometimes when we don't have enough people. So maybe my dad.
You got to do the thing that I started doing when I was playing slow pitch, and I would have my designated beer holder on the first baseline. So when I hit, I would run to first base, grab my beer, and then I could have it as I rounded the bases.
That's a really good idea, actually. I might do that next week.
Give me some dirt on Jameson Rogers because I'm actually talking to him in a couple hours. What's one thing I can hit him with that he's not going to expect?
Tell him this since it's fresh. Tell him, say, I heard you had a chance to hit a walk-off home run last night and you choked. Just say that.
What's the rule on you guys' team with a strikeout? Is it a shotgun? Is it a beer bong, or is it a walk and shake?
We haven't made one, but we've only had one strikeout all year. It was our buddy Jeb Gibson, who's a young artist. I don't know. We should have made him do something though, for sure, because it was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie.
Are you more hungover now, or when you got the news that one beer went number 1 in Canada for the first time?
After one beer, for sure. God, what did I do? I definitely got drunk that night. I can't remember where, which is probably based on how drunk I got, but
that's good work. What's your go-to celebration drink? Like, are you popping a bottle of Jack? I don't see you as a champagne guy. Are you getting a rack of beer? What are you doing?
No, I usually it's not really Jack, but I like Bullet bourbon a lot. I could probably
Bullet's excellent.
Yeah, I like the bourbon though, and not necessarily the rye as much. But yeah, I'm a big bourbon guy. I just like making a big old glass full of ice and just filling it up to the top with bourbon and just working on that all night.
Oh, so you're gonna judge me because I mix then? Like, because if I'm putting Coke in there, you're gonna judge me for that?
No, I don't think so. I've over the past couple years with touring, that was my show drink, and so I've really developed a taste for bourbon now, and so I don't need anything else. I'm not judging anybody else, but I definitely don't need any help anymore.
This is my favorite thing, because when I'm at a concert, I'm always wondering, like, what is in that solo cup? Is it water and they're faking it? Is it Jack and Coke? Is it tequila? And now I know in yours is just straight whiskey, which is fantastic.
Yeah,
or bourbon.
9 times out of 10, that's exactly what it is.
We've shown you love here in Canada, obviously, with this 2-week number 1. So I want to see how much you love us in Canada. I have a Canadian quiz for you, which I feel bad about now that you're hungover. But
oh no, okay. Oh God, I hope I do good.
I'm gonna throw some Canadian stuff at you and just see if you know what it is. What is a loonie or a toonie?
It's a form of currency.
Wow, you know that one?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I know that it's a coin or a form of. It's like, yeah, it's just a form of currency. That's all I know.
It's fun when you can always hear a Canadian coming because you can hear the jangle of their loonies and toonies in their pocket because we have no other way to pay for things.
No way. So it is an actual Is it just Canadian dollar or
Yeah, so
like
a loonie is $1 and a toonie is $2.
gotcha.
And they've even talked about getting a $5 coin, and I'm like, can we just stop making coins because our pockets are too heavy already? And now, so
Wow,
that's
amazing. I got to get my hands on some of that when I come back.
I'll tell you what, when you roll through here, I'll give you a loonie.
Okay, I appreciate it.
What about a double?
Is it something to do with food?
No. Well,
Okay.
no.
I have no idea.
Okay, so it's probably what you need right now. It's a coffee from one of our favorite coffee chains with 2 cream, 2 sugar.
Ah, okay, a double.
You'll
All
really
right.
fool people when you roll through Canada next when we can travel and you're rolling up like, I'll take a double, and they're like, whoa, already knows the stuff, man. This is great.
All right, I'm gonna remember that then for sure.
This is awesome. One near and dear to your heart, a 2-4.
Oh, I know what that is. That's a case of beer.
You got it.
James Barker actually taught me that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I've known James for 10 years, and I think we went and picked up a case of beer together one time, and he called it a 2-4, and I was like, what? But yeah,
and he's got the best thick Canadian accent too. So he's like, hey, bud, there, we're gonna get a 2-for, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
So give me a James Barker, what I can throw at him next time I talk. You've known him 10 years. Give me one thing I can throw at him next time I see him. Like, Artie told me to say this.
Oh gosh, I don't know if there's one that I can say on an interview. I dare you to just say the first song that we ever wrote was called Kiss You With My Eyes Open. Ask him if he knows that song. Just ask him if he knows
I got it.
Kiss You With My Eyes Open is definitely, he was like the second person I ever wrote with ever in my life.
I feel like you two would get along so well. You're both just so chill and laid back and just down home people. I feel like you connected right away, eh?
Totally. Yeah. We hit it off, and every time he'd come to town, we'd hang out. We need to hang out more. Honestly, I know that he's a lot in Nashville a lot now, and I need to hit him up. I saw him the other day, but James is a great dude. Love James.
You also taught me a term listening to your album, and now I use the term rack-a-beer all the time, and my buddies don't know what I'm talking about, but it's fantastic.
Rack-a-beer?
Rack-a-beer. I've never heard it before, and then I'm listening. I'm like, man, that's the coolest term, and I'm going to start teaching it to my buddies now.
What's that in? That's in Broke Boy? Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, at the end of the week, you got a rack of beer, and then it might be truck.
Shit, I don't even know. But yeah, just a rack. That's like a 24 or 30 rack.
A 2-4, yeah.
Yeah. It's all the same thing.
Canadian quiz continues. What's a toque?
Oh man, I've heard this one before too. I don't know.
You know, like a beanie you wear on the top of your head when it's cold?
Yeah.
That's a toque in Canada.
Okay. I've heard that before. Damn.
Mickey. What about a Mickey?
Oh no. Is it? I have no idea. I don't know.
You know that small little bullet bourbon you can get that's not the big 2.6 or whatever you guys call it?
Like a pint?
Not, maybe you call it a pint, yeah, but just the smaller bottle.
Yeah.
The one that you can sneak into a Hardy concert.
Yeah. Like, is it bigger than a pint? Would it be a fifth, or would it just be the one?
I think it's a fifth. I think it's
okay. Cool. That's what that is. What's that called? A Mickey?
Mickey, yeah.
All right, cool.
Last one, Giver.
Giver? Oh man, I don't know. I wish I did though. Tell me.
You can start using this one. It's like it's a pretty big Canadian good old boy term for when you just want to get after it. Like, hey man, let's go Giver. It's Friday night.
Okay, cool. That's cool. We have a term for that too. I don't know. Then we have a bunch. Win hard is also always one, and then we have at my county fair. If you go to the fair, like my county fair back in my hometown, like if you got so drunk you threw up last night, you can be like, I went to the fair last night. So with me and my buddies and a lot of people like from my hometown, no matter if you're at the fair or not, like our big term is like I went to the fair last night.
I got a piece of homework for you. I don't know how much free time you have because you do 900 million things every day. When you're hungover and you just need a movie day, look up a movie called Fubar. It was shot where I'm at right now.
Oh,
And it's
really?
kind of this indie project, and it'll give you a pretty big insight into the real lowbrow Canadian party scene. It's just two dudes who like to go, they say giver. That's sort of where the term really started to catch fire.
Okay. I'm
So,
writing it down.
you know, like the term Fubar effed up beyond all recognition.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like that.
Totally.
But this little Canadian indie project, I don't even know where you can find it. But, and then next time I talk to you, if you haven't seen it, because I know James knows that one. So
Okay.
you'll blow James away if you're like, man, I watched Fubar the other day.
Okay, I will. I have a parody for "Lonely If You Are" by Chase Rice, and it's "Lonely in Fubar."
Oh, really?
Lonely Fubar, Fubar.
Hey, what did you think of his whole drama on the? I wasn't even planning on asking this, but you bring him up. When you saw his whole drama on, I think it was The Bachelor, were you just laughing as somebody who knows him?
I don't know about this.
Are you serious?
What happened?
So he went to perform on one of the Bachelor dates. That's sort of the big new thing for country artists, right?
Right.
And he gets there and he's performing for his ex-girlfriend and the Bachelor, and they're on a date together. It became this whole thing. Yeah.
Did he know it?
I don't know if the producers or his team told him. I think I talked to him after, and he's like, I was kind of blindsided.
No way.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty screwed up. Whoever produces the show.
But man, did it create drama for ratings, right?
Oh, it did. Yeah, for sure. I understand that. I understand the TV of it, but dude, that's messed up.
Isn't that crazy?
I would not be happy. Yeah, if I was Chase, I would. He has a right to be pissed about that.
I think he was kind of over it. I don't know how much she was over it. I think he was kind of like, nah, it is what it is. I'm doing my job. And she was like,
so
God, there's my ex-boyfriend.
even she. Oh, well, then of course they knew that they were doing that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It was amazing. So when you talk to him, you can ask him about that. You can bring up old wounds.
I will. I'll just be like, dude, what's up with that?
3 things I need to know if you've ever tried Canadian products. Have you ever had a coffee crisp?
I don't think so.
Ketchup chips.
Which one?
Ketchup chips.
Yeah, I love them.
All dressed chips.
My producer brought them back, and I've had those too. Yeah, he brought both of those back, and I love them, dude.
Which one do you like better?
Ketchup chips.
More than all dressed?
Yeah, dude, I love them, man. I wish that I had like an entire room full of ketchup chips.
I will make sure when you come through here, when we can travel again, I'm going to have a room full of ketchup chips. We also have these Hawkins cheesies you're going to love and loonies. And it's just going to be a hearty Canadian room.
You know what? Just give me like 5 loonies and let me go into a store and buy the ketchup chips.
I want to talk, though. We're doing this ultimate Halloween candy bracket, and I need you to weigh in. If you could only pick one of the following, which one should win? Swedish berries, peanut butter cups, the Kit Kat, nibs, or fuzzy peaches?
Dude, the only one that I know is peanut butter cups. Are these all Canadian?
No, I don't think so.
Fuzzy peaches?
You know what I had, like the fuzzy peach? I've seen them in America.
Hold on. Give them to me again. Let me quickly Google them. I got to see the picture to make sure I know what I'm talking about.
This is why I like when artists come on without their label, because you're not worried about a time limit right now. This makes me super happy.
I don't care. Okay, do it again.
Swedish berries. Guarantee you've seen those.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I know that one.
Fuzzy peach.
Fuzzy peach. Dude, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen.
Never seen that. They're the greatest.
Yeah,
there you go.
Like the peach, the O-rings. Yeah. Okay. I got.
Kind of, in a way.
Yeah.
You don't know what a Kit Kat is?
No, I do know. Okay, sorry. I do know what a Kit Kat is.
I was like, what?
There was 3 that I didn't know.
And nibs. Nibs is like a form of Twizzler, but without the little veins in them. You know what I mean?
Got you. Okay. That's going to be a no for me on the nibs. I'm going to pick Kit Kat after all of that. I'm going to pick Kit Kat for sure.
So you were going to go with the only one you really knew anyways, and we just had to Google the other ones for fun.
Maybe so. I like peanut butter cup, but like I can only eat like one of those. I mean, not that I could eat like 10 Kit Kats, but I could only eat one. They're so rich. It's like you can only eat one unless you want to feel terrible.
Well, what is your vice then? If you're going to hammer one junk food, whether it's chips or candy or chocolate, what is it? Hearty on a Friday night, hungover, just needs to feel better. What are you hammering?
I think maybe There's a brand of chips in this area called Uncle Ray's, and they are here. Whatever makes really really good barbecue chips, like the
Oh
best
man,
I've ever had.
crunchy, nice crunch.
Yeah, if you're ever in Nashville again, you're in a gas station, just get a bag of Uncle Ray's. It's really really good.
The only thing that ever happens to Nashville is my plane lands, and then 2 days later my plane leaves, and I feel like I need to die. And in between there, at some point, I was at Santa's Pub for about 9 hours, crushing Backstreet Boys karaoke. So
yeah, that's a good place to be, man. Wow, good on you.
Man, that's why every person I bring down there, I got to take to Santa's Pub. You get your $2 PBR, you just chimney smoke like crazy, and you just crush karaoke. It's the best place.
Even if you don't smoke, you leave there smelling like you smoked your entire life.
And what's crazy is because I went there and then I read all these articles about like, oh yeah, Taylor Swift's been there, Ed Sheeran's been there, Katy Perry's been there. Like, well, I just thought I went to this hole in the wall trailer on the outskirts of town. And
no, it's kind of blown up now. It's sort of a it's like a hidden gem, but really it's like it's a destination spot now, which is crazy. Some you can catch it on a night like a Monday or Tuesday night where there's nobody there, but for the most part, there's people there. It's pretty wild.
What is your go-to, like before it got all blown up? If you were to go there, because mine is Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way, and I always pick somebody in the crowd to come sing it with me.
You talking about my karaoke?
Yeah. What would you do at Santa's?
My big karaoke song is actually Roses by Outkast.
Man, that is a jam.
That's like, and a lot of places don't have it because it's a little bit obscure.
Yep.
But that's number one. And then I do Fat Bottom Girls. I'll still do karaoke. If I get a little buzz and we're in a karaoke bar, I'll get up there and do it. And
Fat Bottom Girls.
Remix to Ignition if I'm like really hammered.
Yeah, that's a tough one to do these days though.
Is there a politically incorrect thing about that?
Well, you just don't really want to highlight R. Kelly.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry. Forgot about that part.
No, it's a jam. I'll still listen to it, but like in secret. I don't want anybody to know that I'm jamming it.
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
I need you to weigh in on this. We do a debate on the show every day. We were talking Halloween candy. Where was the spot that you hid yours?
So I know where. My old bed frame had these two like sliding shelves at the top of it, and I would always hide it in there. And I would put something like some books or something, like stack them up and then put it behind it so like my parents couldn't see it.
Why? Because did they take a pretty good tax off of the stuff you brought home?
Yeah, they just wanted to make sure I wasn't, just kid stuff like you better not be eating candy at midnight, or you'll be up all night. Just
which of course you were. That's why you brought it to your room.
Then it was like dip and chewing tobacco, and then like maybe a bottle of whiskey or something.
It was just the hiding place. It's like behind the Bible. It's like, don't worry about that. I just go back there.
Yeah, exactly.
But weigh in on this then. So yours was that sliding shelf. If you had to pick one, what's a better spot, under the bed or in the closet?
Under the bed. I think it would be. Fewer people would look there, even though it is definitely one of the most popular hiding spots. I would think fewer people would look there, especially like if you could maybe cut a little hole in the stitching of your box frame, like because it's a lot of them are kind of like that, and just sort of hide it up in the thing under the bed. That would be the spot. But I think under the bed.
The problem with that is 6 months will go by and you'll be like, oh man. And then you'll go in there and you'll just find just this nasty old Halloween candy. And you'll eat it anyways because you're a kid, but you definitely forgot about it because it was so well hidden.
Probably so. It might get some ants, maybe a little mouse or something.
One last Halloween one. Best and worst costume, the one you liked the most and the one you'd never do again.
Okay, my favorite one was me and my buddy Jake. We were Wayne's World. We were Garth and Wayne. And
you were Wayne? Or you were Garth?
I was Wayne. He was Garth. Back then, I had a little bit longer hair. I was clean shaven. I looked like Wayne, and that was probably my favorite. And he's my best friend. So we or one of my very 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 close friends. And so we just went everywhere we went together, and everybody knew who we were, and it crushed it.
Well, and for that one, you can go around the party or whatever bar you're at and just go swing to everybody and do it.
Oh yeah, I did. I quoted a lot that night. I would say my worst was when I was like 10 or 11 years old. I was a mummy. I was wrapped in toilet paper, but after like walking down the block, like 3 houses down, all the toilet paper fell off. So I was a kid in like white sweats.
Well, at least you didn't have the problem of most people that go as mummies and they do it too well, and then you can't go to the bathroom the entire night at the party. And you're like, well, I guess I'll just pee my pants then. This is just where I'm at.
I mean, I was a little kid, so that would have been acceptable, probably. But
at 10,
maybe not. I don't know. I'll take that back.
One Canadian thing I forgot to ask you about, and I need you to weigh in on this guy, Dallas Smith.
I love him. What about him?
Wow, you tell me.
He's the man. I got a song out with him right now, and dude, I mean, honestly, between him and Joey, like I was a big rock. I mean, I'm a huge rock guy, so I was a huge fan of Default and a big fan of Joey, and just to be able to now be friends with those guys, and like Dallas is such a cool, down to earth guy, and it's always a pleasure when I see him. We always have cool conversations. He cuts my songs. He asked me to do a song together. He's funny. He's just a great guy, man. And same for Joey, who's also Canadian guy. That they're kind of a package deal, you know, and love Dallas.
Because that song's starting to blow up here, especially on our station and up here in Canada. It's starting to really do big things. And I remember talking to Dallas as he was releasing it. And because I'm a huge fan of you. Like I remember Hicks Take coming out and listening to One Beer and being blown away by the song. It just jumped off. I was like, man, this is, and when you released it, I was kind of blown away. I was super happy. And he talks about this song with you, and he's like, yeah, I had to get Hardy on it because I had no idea how to sing the parts that he does on this song. He's like, I couldn't get to it.
That's cool. I take that as a compliment.
Is there a song that because you've written so many great songs that you haven't cut? Is there a song that you didn't cut that you wrote that kind of like, kind of wish I would have cut that one for me?
There's one that's really good that I wanted to cut for my record, but it just didn't fit because the record, the most recent record, A Rock, is so, it's very rock, and the song, it wasn't cohesive with the rest of the record. So since the record came out, Jake Owen is looking for songs, and I asked him if I could send him a few, and that's one of them, and he fell in love with that one. So hopefully that song still sees a light of day. And if he decides not to record it, I still might record it for my next record or something on down the road. But
so you can't tell me what it is?
No, I can't tell you. I can't tell you the title.
That's the worst tease in the world.
If it comes out, I will tell you if that's the song or not. Somebody's going to cut it because it's a great song. It's just kind of sad and slow, but yeah. And I mean, there's songs like I wrote some songs this summer that I was like, damn, like after the deadline for the record, like the record's done, that I was like, man, these would have been good for the record. But you know, it's always good to sit on 5 or 6 to know that you have a good starting point for the next record too.
Well, you mentioned the record A Rock, man. It came out. I love it. I was a big fan of Hicks Tape, and then A Rock comes out, and that little finishing heartbeat at the end of One Beer is so genius. And as a radio guy, I love to talk over the end of songs when you stop singing, but I let that one roll out because it's so perfect the way that ends with the little drum beat, heartbeat, whatever that is.
Yeah, cool. And a lot of people don't notice that, so that's cool that you even noticed that. That was actually Jake Mitchell, one of the co-writers. That was his idea. He put that in the demo, and Joey liked it so much that he kind of he took it and sort of made it sound even more like a heartbeat. And yeah, that was a cool thing.
Did it make you nervous to tackle? I mean, there are songs that you know are going to work, and there's party tunes and love tunes and breakup tunes, and then this one sort of tackles this thing that everybody at least knows somebody who's gone through or has gone through themselves. Did it make you nervous approaching a subject like this, or were you totally good with it?
No, I think I was fine with it. I think the big thing is the message is positive. You know, it's uplifting, and I think that kind of justifies the serious subject matter a little bit, as far as kind of being on radio and stuff like that. So no, I mean, I know how relatable of a situation that is, especially with country music fans and people all throughout. I mean, just everywhere. And so if anything, I was excited just because I knew people were going to resonate with it.
I mean, it's funny. It's not even my situation, but my daughter is now just over a year, and just there's certain themes and aspects of the song that just make me even more proud to be a dad or bring me back to those moments. And so it's not only for those who, you know, went through like a teen pregnancy or whatever, but I think just for parents in general, it's a really cool song to reflect on. So
I appreciate that. I'm not a parent yet, so I'll have to go back and listen to it once I have a kid.
I always like to guess what's coming next. Like once the song goes number one, I know you probably got something else coming to radio. My top 3 off of rock, I want you to let me know whether I'm right on any of these. Give Heaven Some Hell. There's a little smirk. I might have hit it right off the bat. Is that it?
I cannot confirm nor deny.
All right. Well, the other ones were Boyfriend and So Close.
Those are all really good guesses.
Is it between those?
As far as radio, yeah, it's between those 3.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It'll be the next single is between those 3.
I think it's going to be Give Heaven Some Hell just by the smirk, because you got a little reaction there.
I just know that was a good first guess. That was a very accurate first guess, but I can't. We have not made any official announcement yet, and
Fair.
So I'm very superstitious kind of in a way. So I will not say anything, but it's one of the 3. It's going to be one of the 3.
The themes in Give Heaven Some Hell hit so close to so many people. I just lost my dad earlier this year, and I mean, man, that just takes me to him, and those are the things that I want to say to him. Like, I can't wait to be up there partying with you again, and he's my best friend. And was there a loss that you went through that sort of inspired this, or was it just the general idea? Or
yeah, it was really just more the general idea. You know, I definitely there's been 4 or 5 people that I've gone through that experience with, but I did not dedicate this song to one particular person. I just kind of pulled from all the experiences, and honestly, just experiences that I've seen other people go through. Yeah, I get asked that question a lot, but no, I there's not really one person that I think of. It's more of a group of people. But I'm glad that it helps, people. I get messages, dude, I get probably 5 a day, probably maybe more than that, of people on Instagram that just kind of telling their story of that song. And it's a bit overwhelming at times, but it's really good to know that song is doing its job, doing what we meant by writing it,
Well, and you as a songwriter first, I mean, that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to connect with people over the words that you're putting on a page, and you have such a special gift. You're the hottest thing going, not only songwriting, but lyrically as well, and popping off the radio. So I just appreciate getting some time with you, man. I was really excited to chat with you, and thanks so much for all the great music you've been giving us.
Absolutely, man. I will brush up on my Canadian knowledge, and I'll see you when we come back up.
I can't wait to tell Jameson that he missed a game-winning Grand Slam last night. It's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, just tell him, say, I can't believe that you had a chance to hit a walk-off home run and you didn't do it last night. That's all. You just say that, and just, dude, he's gonna love it.
I love it. Hey, thanks so much for all the time, man. I really appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day.
All right, good to see you, man.
See you, brother.
Bye.